I'm Insomniac, and this is Medium Roast from Coffee VETS. Okay, so a big shout out to Coffee VETS. They actually reached out to me and asked if I would be interested in reviewing this on the channel, and of course. Sign me up. Not only is it coffee, so I'm automatically interested, but there is a really good cause behind this company and this brand, and it's kind of all over the bag. As you can tell, this is actually very busy packaging, which normally I'd have a problem with if not for the fact that this packaging for this particular brand kind of just gives you the story and lots of background without having to go to the website. Although if you want to go to coffeevets.com, you could probably learn a bit more. Also 22heroes20.com, and I'll explain in a second what that is by reading some of the bag. Coffee VETS is the premier sponsor of 22 Heroes to Zero, a human crowdfunding campaign to defeat PTSD. Very cool. 100% of net profits go towards defeating PTSD for our veterans. That is a great cause.
Hell yeah.
100% of the net profits of the sponsor organization Coffee VETS go to 22 PSD focused organizations that are on the front lines every day of combating PTSD. So like I said, a very good cause behind the coffee.
Right.
Veteran-owned company, packaged and distributed by Virginia Industries for the Blind, and it says all natural, fairly traded, mountain shade grown, toxin free, kosher, spring washed, sun dried, and like I said, you basically get the whole story of this coffee right here on the bag. So in terms of busyness, I don't really love the packaging very much, but in terms of being informed, it's actually pretty great.
Get on with it, motherfucker.
Okay, so this is a whole bean coffee. At least that's what the bag says, because it's more like when you buy cashew halves and pieces. This coffee is, I mean, it's a whole bean coffee. It wasn't ground before it got here. But I'm gonna see if I can get some of this on camera for you. Lots and lots of pieces. Lots of tiny pieces of coffee beans. There are some whole coffee beans in here as well, and I only have one bag, so I don't know, it could have been the brutal postal service when they delivered this. I'm sure it just got kicked around, probably driven over by the mail truck a few times. Might have even been baseball bats involved. Here in New Jersey, you never know. And that has nothing to do with whether or not the coffee is going to be good. I'm just pointing out that, like I said, there's a lot of pieces in here. So whole beans, not exactly the whole truth. Out of the bag, I get a nice potting soil aroma.
Now this mix has been rotting for about 3 years.
It's a little bit of dry roasted peanut, and there's actually a lot of cardboard. It smells like the inside of a box on Christmas. Woo! And the only other scent I'm getting is old wood, but specifically, it smells like an old church. Those are all kind of charming aromas though if you put them together. Let's grind some of this up, brew it up, and see how it smells and tastes in liquid form. Okay, so we brewed up some of this Coffee VETS coffee. See what it smells like. The main thing you get is actually kind of like a dark chocolate cocoa. Not sweet at all. It's kind of like a raw, just dark chocolate. If you were to make hot chocolate with dark chocolate and no sweetness, it's mostly what it smells like.
What you talking about, Willis?
Then there's another aroma in there that's kind of soapy. It's kind of like rinsing yourself off in a hot shower. I guess a freshness, or kind of like a hot, steamy freshness, is more where I'd lean than the soap itself. I guess the soap is kind of just, yeah, it's part of the experience. So hot, soapy rinse off in the shower. Take that wherever you want it, but that's one of the aromas. Then there's a little bit of moss. It's a smooth, almost creamy aroma overall though. Very smooth, very nice. Definitely a pleasing coffee aroma. If you were to brew a pot of this up, this would definitely fill the place with some nice coffee scents. I like it.
I wake up and smell the coffee.
All right, let's give it a taste. A smooth, mineral-rich earth. That's the first thing I get. Dirt and minerals. Like I said, very smooth. Not dirt like gritty. Definitely earthy. Definitely a lot of minerals. There's an extremely faint dark chocolate in the background. I mean, really faint. I have to take quite a few sips, and when you really zero in on the flavors, you get a little bit of that lingering in the background. One of the other prominent flavors I get is actually fresh radish. It kind of reminds me of those little pieces that you chop up and you put in a salad. And then you have the finish. The finish of this coffee is a medium mineral finish, almost metallic. Not harsh, not bitter, but you have a kind of mineral or metallic finish to it. And the finish, along with the body of this coffee, it's very medium. It's just a very kind of neutral, balanced mouthfeel and overall kind of strength that I get from the coffee, where I think that the stronger coffee drinkers could enjoy drinking this, and even if you're somebody who likes the lighter roasts, something that's really on the smooth side or the thin side, you would also enjoy drinking this coffee. It's somewhere right smack in the middle. Definitely very smooth, very enjoyable. Definitely a coffee you could drink black, which is the way I'm reviewing it, of course. It's the type of coffee that you can really drink any time of day and get some enjoyment out of it. Now, does it blow me away with flavors? No. But the combination of flavors and aromas that I'm getting, I am enjoying. If I were to rate this Coffee VETS medium roast on a scale from 1 to 10 Mike Tysons, I'd give it 8 Mike Tysons. And I'd say, you know, most of that is just the overall experience that I had with the coffee. I do enjoy the flavors and aromas and the whole kind of neutral medium profile that most people could enjoy. And then, of course, part of that rating for me comes from the cause behind the coffee. You gotta respect any company that's given 100% of its profits to a really great cause, and this is a really great cause. Personally, I love our veterans. I respect that. So this is a really great cause and a pretty good coffee. Go to coffeevets.com, check it out, get a bag of that. If it's a coffee you've had, leave a comment. Tell me about your experience with it. I'd love to hear it. If you have coffee that you want to send in to be reviewed on this channel, email me at shouldidrinkthis@gmail.com. And that's it. See you at the next one.